So you've probably used ChatGPT for, simple questions, right? But what if I told you there's this tiny fraction of users, maybe just 1%, who are using it in a totally different league? They're like master architects. Well, today, we're cracking open their playbook, their Codex. We're going to show you exactly how to go from being a casual user to a legit power user. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, be honest. Have you ever found yourself typing something like ChatGPT's secret functions into Google? Yeah, you're not alone. We've all been there, right? We're all hunting for that one secret command, that little magic trick that's going to unlock its full potential. But here's the thing. What if the secret isn't a secret command at all?
Yeah, the truth is, the real power isn't tucked away in some hidden menu. It's actually in a methodology. It's about deeply understanding how the tool works, how its most powerful features can work together. It's about shifting your mindset from just being a user who asks questions to becoming an architect who builds solutions. All right, first up, let's pull back the curtain on the tools that are literally hiding in plain sight. These are the built-in features that the top 1%, they've already mastered them. Kicking things off, we've got custom instructions. Seriously, think of this as giving ChatGPT a permanent brain upgrade. You know how you have to repeat yourself in every single chat, reminding it who you are and what you want? Well, with this, you set the rules and context once, and it remembers. It instantly goes from being a jack of all trades to your very own specialized expert. So how does it work? It's super simple, actually. It's just two fields. Field 1 is all about you. What should ChatGPT know about you? This is where you feed it your background, your job, your goals, your level of expertise. That's its permanent memory. Then Field 2 is about its behavior. How should ChatGPT respond? This is where you lay down the law, the tone it should use, the format you want, any rules or things to avoid. This is all about controlling the output.
And trust me, the impact here is massive. For example, a Python developer can set it to always give the code first, explanation second, and make sure it follows all the right standards, like PEP 8. Or maybe you're an academic researcher. You can force it to use formal arguments and cite everything in APA style, automatically. A marketer could tell it, hey, no more cheesy cliches, and demand SEO-optimized headlines every single time. It's a total game changer.
Okay, next up in our toolkit is something called Advanced Data Analysis, or ADA. Now, this feature is a big deal because it solves some of ChatGPT's biggest weaknesses. Let's be real, it's not great at math on its own, and it can't really handle files. Well, ADA fixes that. It gives ChatGPT its own little sandboxed Python environment, basically turning it into a powerful data analyst that can actually run code for you.
And the stuff you can do with this is just incredible. I mean, sure, you can do the obvious things like upload a CSV file, define correlations in your data, or get it to summarize a massive 50-page PDF. That's cool. But the real power, the 1% move, is when you get creative. Imagine uploading a zip file packed with hundreds of customer reviews and just asking for a complete sentiment analysis. I mean, come on, that's powerful.
So, mastering the tools, that's half the battle. Now, we gotta master the technique. And this is a big mindset shift. We're gonna stop just asking simple questions and start, well, programming. But we're doing it with plain English. The very first step here is to craft a persona. See, you don't want to talk to a generic do-it-all AI. You want to create a virtual expert tailored for your task. And a really killer persona has 4 key ingredients. First, the role. Who is the AI? Second, the audience. Who is it talking to? Third, the tone. What's its communication style? And finally, fourth, constraints. What are the rules? What should it avoid doing?
When you do this, you can get incredibly specific. For instance, you could create a Socratic tutor persona. Its job isn't to give you the answers, but to ask you smart, guiding questions so you figure it out yourself. Or, how about this? You summon a skeptical editor persona whose only purpose in life is to critique your writing and poke holes in your arguments. See the difference? You're not just chatting anymore, you're directing the AI.
And this level of control goes even deeper. It extends to how the AI actually thinks. You've got your basic zero-shot prompt, which is just a straight-up command. Then there's few-shot prompting, which is kind of like showing a kid a few examples of a red block, so they know what a red block is. But the real pro move is chain-of-thought prompting. This is where you literally tell it to think step by step. By doing that, you force it to write out its entire reasoning process, which, you guessed it, dramatically boosts its accuracy, especially for complex problems.
Okay, so we've got the tools, we've got the techniques. Now for the really fun part, the payoff. What happens when we put it all together? Well, for starters, you can build your very own personal skill accelerator.
Imagine turning ChatGPT into an interactive language tutor that's always on, correcting your grammar as you go. Or what about an automated interview coach that's been fed the exact job description you're applying for, and it just drills you with questions? You could even create that devil's advocate we talked about to stress test your big idea before you present it.
But things get really wild when you start playing with its other senses, its multimodal capabilities. Get this, you have a spark of an idea for a website. So you grab a napkin, you scribble out a quick sketch, nothing fancy, just boxes and lines.
Now you snap a photo of that napkin, upload it to ChatGPT, and say, build this. And what does it do? It literally analyzes your drawing and spits out working HTML and CSS code to make it real. I mean, this is so much more than just a language model now.
Or here's another one we've all faced. It's dinner time, you open the fridge, and it's just random stuff. A bit of cheese, a sad-looking carrot, some leftover chicken. So you take a picture of that chaos, upload it, and ask, what can I make for dinner? And boom, it identifies every ingredient and gives you 3 unique recipes you can make right now. It's connecting what it sees with creative problem solving in a way that's actually useful.
Okay, so all of this, the tools, the techniques, the crazy applications, it all leads to the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, the mindset. This is the core philosophy, the thing that truly separates an expert from a casual user. The top 1%, they have what we call the architect's mindset. They don't just see individual features, they see how custom instructions can power a persona prompt. They're not just using the AI, they are designing solutions with it. They understand that prompting is basically a new kind of programming, and they're always thinking, how can I creatively repurpose what this thing can do to solve a totally new problem?
And that really is the ultimate secret, isn't it? The biggest secret function we were all looking for, it isn't buried in the code somewhere, it's your own creativity. It's all about how you frame the task. It's about your ingenuity in combining its basic tools, language, logic, and now vision, into something new.
So really, there's only one question left to ask. What are you going to build? A personal interview coach? A lightning-fast data analyst? A creative partner to brainstorm with? The tools are right there. The techniques are clear. So, what AI architect will you build first?